What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video I'm going to be discussing 10 of the most privileged fighters in the UFC right now. We're talking about Dana White privilege, those fighters that just have a favor with the boss. You know, no one knows why. Perhaps they have pictures, perhaps, you know, they've done some things with him in the back. No one knows, but some of them do have privilege. It's undeniable. Some of them get opportunities that normally most fighters don't get. Some of them get preferential treatment, favorable matchups, all of the above, and I'm going to be talking about 10 of those fighters in today's video. There's not really going to be ordered, but yeah, I'm going to start off with the first fighter. You guys let me know in a second. You guys let me know if you agree or not with my selections. Who did I miss as well? Who are some other extremely privileged fighters? But apart from that, like, subscribe, follow my Instagram, Leftland MMA, and yeah, we're going to get started with the video. And the first fighter, first up, guys, Jon Jones. Let me tell you something about Jon Jones. If me and Jon walk into a room, he's going to fuck me in the ass. That's what's going to happen if I walk into a room with Jon Jones. And if he walks into a room with any other man, he's going to come out of the closet. That's what you don't understand about Jon Jones. He's the greatest of all time. Dana White undeniably is attracted to Jon Jones. He is gay for him. He is attracted to him. He does find him sexually appealing. Very clearly, because I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but Dana White is just doing tricks on it right now with Jon Jones. This has been going on, this fucking Jon Jones. Like, this every night at Contender Series. It was like a weekly thing. We literally got, no joke, it was like every pay-per-view card, and then it was after every pay-per-view card, it turned into every fucking Tuesday at Contender Series. Some reporter would go up and ask him about, like, Jon Jones and ask him about the Stipe fight. He'd go off on some 10 minutes. It would be a 25-minute interview. 10 minutes of it would just be him talking about Jon Jones. Also, even, like, bro, Islam would win a fight. And so, Dana, what do you think about Islam Makhachev in this list of lightweight fighters? Where do you think he ranks amongst the lightweight fighters? You know, here's the thing. Islam Makhachev, he's great. Makhachev's great. Incredible fighter, but when you're talking about ranking all time, you gotta think about Jon Jones. It's like, Dana, no one was even talking about all time. We're just talking about lightweight, buddy. Doesn't matter. Like, he's doing too much. He's just going above and beyond. I get it if you're promoting fights, but he does not do this shit. Like, Dana White is not going to every fucking press conference that he can find and promoting fucking, I don't know, like, he wasn't even doing this much promotion for fucking Holloway and Topuria, like Pereira Roundtree, Pereira Yuri, all of these fights. If even Conor Chandler wasn't getting as much fucking promotion as this, because he knows that no one gives a fuck about the fight. And also, what we've just found out is Jon Jones, guys, Jon Jones, like, this dude, he had the gloves. He found the new gloves, which he's never worn before because he hasn't fought in a year and a half. He tried the new gloves on. He's like, I just don't really like them. It's just really uncomfortable. Like, and then Dana's like, they're uncomfortable. Oh, okay, we'll sort that out for you, Jon. Don't worry, Johnny Poo. Like, that, what are they? And Jon is now they're now wearing the old gloves because one fucking fighter, Jon Jones, said he doesn't find them comfortable. And he probably, knowing Jon Jones, he probably would have fucking refused to fight. This dude probably would have just refused to fucking fight if he didn't get his way. Like a little fucking kid that just shits the bed and fucking has a tantrum when they don't get the iPad. Like, Jones genuinely might not have fought if he didn't get the old gloves. He's like, what do you mean? These gloves naturally curve my hands? No, that's not good enough. I need to be able to eye poke my opponents. And Dana's like, okay, we'll make that happen. Like, what the fuck? Unbelievable levels of privilege. Who has literally had the equipment fucking changed, like the fighter gear that you use changed for them to benefit one of them because they didn't like it? Like, hello? That is just so much fucking privilege. Jon Jones, I think he's the most privileged fighter on the roster right now. Even Dana White going to defending him from saying he's not even ducking Aspinall. I'm sure he's going to fight Aspinall, guys. Trust me. Please, Jon, don't retire my Pookie. Like, he's just doing too much. I don't know, it's just pissing me off at this point. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Look, I do like Alex Pereira. He's one of my favourite fighters right now. I'm rooting for him to win against pretty much every opponent that he faces in the division right now. I don't think there's anyone that I would be rooting for against Pereira, but it is pretty undeniable that he is receiving some privilege. in terms of the matchmaking of his fights. He's getting... Look, now you could say it's not privileged in terms of like he's stepping up on short notice and stuff, saving cards. But I think it's pretty undeniable privilege for the fact that the UFC has not booked the Ankalaev fight. Now, maybe they book it next, but if, like, after this, they go and give him a fucking fight at a heavyweight with Jon Jones, that will, one, show how much privilege Jon has, as I just said, and then also show how much more privilege Alex has, for both of them to be able to just blatantly... I don't think Pereira's ducking Ankalaev, because I think Pereira has openly said he will fight him, but the UFC just isn't booking it. Like, Pereira's not going to the UFC and saying, I'm not fighting this dude. Like, I think the UFC can book that fight if they want. I just don't think they do. Which is because, again, Alex has privilege. I'm not denying that. I don't think he's got as much privilege as Jon. I don't think he's quite getting the same, like, yeah, you can just do whatever you want. He still had to work for that second belt. He still had to go up, fight Blachowicz first. But yeah, he did get privilege in terms of coming into the UFC as well, getting fast-tracked to the belt. But he's just got superstar status, and therefore the UFC is just going to kind of be lenient and kind of give him what he wants. Which at this stage, he's fought 3 times in the year. Give him what he wants. Like, bro, I actually genuinely saw some people saying he was ducking Ankalaev because he didn't fight him in December on a fucking 2-month turnaround when he's already fought 3 times in the year. Like, are you sped? People are fucking retarded. If he doesn't fight him, if the next fight that gets made is fucking Alex Pereira versus, like, Carlos Olberg after he beats Ozdemir, if that happens, then I'll be like, okay, hang on, we gotta fucking sort this out. But, like, if he fights Ankalaev next, I think Kenny can just shut the fuck up about, Alex is ducking Ankalaev. Jones is openly, verbally ducking Aspinall. With his Alex, he's like, I'll fight him. I don't want to fight in December because I've already fought 3 times this year, and the UFC is just not booking it. So I think Alex does still receive privilege, but I don't think he's ducking to the same extent. And he also has just been... Like, it's not exactly privilege for the UFC to call you up on 2 weeks' notice and ask you to save a card. That's not privilege. That's you fucking having to do work and earning your way in the spot. So, fair enough to Pereira. But let's move on, though, to another fighter. I may be privileged, but you know who's not privileged? My dog. Botched. Israel Adesanya. Trust. Izzy, Jizzy, definitely one of the more privileged champions of recent history, I believe. And we saw that by the fact that after he lost and got his ass whooped by Sean Strickland, he then gets to sit out for a year, coming off a loss with no title defenses in that current reign at that time. Lost to Pereira. That next rematch was deserved, obviously. Gets his ass whooped by Sean Strickland, and then gets a title shot upon his return when there is deserving contenders. Strickland was more deserving of a rematch with Duplessis than Adesanya. The winner of Khamzat and Whitaker at that time was more deserving still, even if they'd had to wait. I would have rather... Like, obviously, I'm glad we got the Adesanya-Duplessis fight in hindsight, but merit-wise, extremely undeserved. And Izzy historically has been a relatively privileged champion. He got a fight up a weight class with, Blachowicz after 1 title defense. It was 2, to be fair. It was a shit fight against Romero and then a good win over Costa. But, like, there was still contenders. And 3 months later, he fought Vittori. So, like, I wouldn't say he's been crazy privileged, but he does get a lot. And even the way Dana White and stuff talks about him, Joe Rogan as well, just glazing. Dana White, like, Jon Jones, Adesanya, both kind of zesty black dudes. I mean, I know Izzy's probably Chinese, but, like, appearance-wise, melanated black men seems to be a attractive feature for Dana White and Joe Rogan. It's very interesting stuff. They might be the same person. We don't know. No one's seen them in the same room. But Izzy, yeah, I don't know. He does receive some privilege for sure. I think it's pretty, like, you can't deny that him getting a title shot against Duplessis was very privileged. And even Dana, after the Strickland fight, Dana was immediately pushing for a rematch. And, like, Izzy looked bone dry. He looked off. He didn't look good in there. I think we gotta do the rematch. And then this is, at that time, even, obviously that didn't end up happening, but even at that time, there were clear contenders, and they're like, no, we gotta do the rematch. And then I think everyone kind of told him, like, hey, ain't nobody want to see that little bro. But yeah, Izzy, definitely a privileged fighter in the UFC. Let's move on, though, to another fighter. Next up, Khamzat Chimaev, definitely one of Dana White's favourite fighters, and definitely a guy that receives privilege. I'm not even complaining. Like, if he gets a title shot next, that's deserved. That's 100% deserved. But him going from a win over unranked middleweight, obviously ranked at welterweight, Kamaru Usman, by a close decision where he looked mid. And keep in mind, that fight was him coming off 13 months off since the Kevin Holland fight. That's just a fact. That's what happened. And he fights Usman, goes to a close decision, then takes another entire year off, because obviously he got booked against Whittaker, which was slightly undeserved, let's be honest. Like, name value-wise, it made sense, but ranking-wise, he got a big jump up, and Whittaker was coming off wins. And then Whittaker goes smoke Ikram because Khamzat pulls out with a common cold. I like Khamzat, though. It's just a joke. But, like, yeah, he gets sick, and then Whittaker smokes Ikram. I do think it is unbelievable privilege for him to just get a fight in Abu Dhabi with Whittaker. Do I think the result's any different? No. I think I picked him to win. This isn't even like Cope. Like, I picked him. I knew he was going to run through Whittaker. I knew Whittaker's susceptible to getting just smushed early. But it is kind of undeniable privilege for him to get a fight with Whittaker when he pulled out of the first one in Abu Dhabi. Like, maybe that's the only spot he can fight because he's, connected to Kadyrov, who's a scumbag. But I don't know. Yeah, Khamzat, privileged dude. Like, fair enough, he made a name for himself. He's a superstar. Once you get there, you do kind of get that privilege, but pretty clear that they are just going to kind of give this dude what he wants. They're probably going to fucking give him a title shot in Abu Dhabi as well. And they're just going to roll out the red carpet for him to just get his way to fucking legacy all in Abu Dhabi. Never going to have to fucking leave the Middle East. Because that's what the UFC will do. Let's move on though to another fighter. Next up, we got Colby Covington, who, when we saw this guy coming off one win over Jorge fucking Street Jesus fucking bum Masvidal, and coming over 37-year-old fucking Masvidal by decision, who's a bum, mid-ass fight. I can't believe, like, Usman's got a great legacy, but, like, I can't believe people go to, like, they go, like, Colby, when they read off Usman's wins, they go, oh, Colby twice, Masvidal twice. Like, that should be, like, the fifth name you read off. Masvidal's not that good. Like, it should be, like, Woodley first, then Colby, then RDA, then Strickland at the time, then, like, Masvidal. No, Burns first, then Masvidal. Like, Masvidal's not good. That's something I wanted to get out of the way. Like, he's deep. Look, he was on a run at the time, but that second fight was retarded. Masvidal's a guy that you could even put in there, but he doesn't fight there anymore. But Colby literally fights bum Masvidal and then sits out for a fucking year and, like, 10 months. Same kind of layoff as Jones is having up between the gun and the Stipe fight, I'm pretty sure. Because Colby fought he fought at UFC 272, and then he fought at UFC 296. And unless I'm bugging, I'm not tripping yet. Did he fight in between there? No, he didn't. 272 to 296. He literally took, like, a year and, like, 9 months off. Crazy. Jones obviously fighting at 285 and then 309. So very similar layoffs. But yeah, Colby getting a title shot there. And then Dana White being so just definitive. As soon as Leon won that trilogy against Usman, Colby's next. It's the only fight that makes sense. He used to fucking hate Colby. Colby definitely has dirt on him. Or he just, like, managed to fucking just suck Trump's nuts enough for him to, like, Trump to be like, Dana, give him a title shot. I don't know. But Colby is fucking weirdly privileged. I don't know why. And if he gets I don't think he's going to. It should end up being Usman, but apparently Usman might have turned it down. If Colby gets a fucking title shot against Shavkat Rakhmonov, I'm going to crash out. I'm going to have to do something about it. Like, I'm going to intervene. Because this dude is getting too much privilege. Anyway, let's move on, though, to another fighter. Next up, we got the fucking motivational speaker himself. Bro thinks he's doing a fucking TED Talk every time he jumps on a microphone. Like, who let this guy yap for fucking 5 minutes? Like, I know I can't talk. My entire channel is just yap. But, like, bro, anytime someone puts a camera in front of Chandler's face, he goes into the fucking I'm just blessed to be here. I just remind myself how lucky I am to be able to provide for my family doing this amazing. Like, no one cares. That's just all I want to say about Chandler. But yeah, privilege. This dude comes in, Dan Hooker first fight. That's not that bad. Like, he was a big name outside the UFC. I'm not going to complain about that. Title shot straight away. Also, the fact that he was a backup before he even fought in the fucking UFC. Then title fight after KOing Hooker for a vacant belt. Don't mind it. Not too bad. Gets slept by Oliveira. Then he fights Gaethje. Gaethje was coming off the loss to Khabib. Also, just going to mention this unbelievable amount of privilege for fucking Gaethje to just get rinsed by Khabib in just over a round and then literally sit out for like a year and a half. He fought at 254 and he didn't... about a year, not in a year and a half. He fought at 254 and he didn't fight again until 268. Like, just took a casual year off without even getting injured that much. Casual year off, beats Chandler in a fucking war, and then it's like, yep, I'm next, 100%, no doubt about it. Like, what? But yeah, anyway, Chandler loses to Gaethje, right? Fair enough. I don't mind him getting a Gaethje fight. Like, that made sense. That was a big explosive matchup at the time. Then he goes fights T. Ferg on a fucking... How many fight loss streak was it at the time? Was it 3? It was Gaethje Oliveira Dariush. 3 fight loss streak at the time. Gets that fight. Gets dropped in round 1. Sleeps him with the fucking punting him in the face. Then he fights Dustin Poirier, who I don't think he'd fought since the Oliveira fight, had he? So Poirier off a loss, but again, fighting just keeps getting fights up in the rankings, and then has not fought since then, and he is now getting a rematch with the guy who KO'd him in round 2, because I guess it's literally just a sympathy fight. Because all of this dude's fights have been big names. They won't, like, can we get, like, Faziv's not like a crazy name. Can we do a Faziv fight? Like, can we do a fucking Moicano? I know Moicano's a good name, but Moicano's up and coming, at least, in the division-wise, like, rankings-wise. But, like, this dude is like Poirier, Oliveira, Gaethje, Hooker, like, hello? He's gonna fucking fight, he's probably gonna fight Oliveira, he's going to, and if, I'm worried, if he fucking KOs Oliveira, which I'm nervous is gonna happen, and then jumps on the microphone and gets a fucking title shot, that's going to piss me off, because this dude is just getting infinite fucking, Chandler, you lost 2 in a row to Oliveira and Gaethje, never mind, we'll give you Tony Ferguson, and then we'll give you Poirier, and now we'll give you a rematch with Oliveira who knocked you out without controversy. Like, it's just a bit fucking weird. Like, the Conor fight was fair. If they'd given him that, and then he'd won that, then they gave him Oliveira, don't mind it, but, like, I don't know, it seems kind of weird. Maybe I would have preferred, like, Oliveira versus Dan Hooker, actually on a win streak. I know Hooker lost to Chandler, but, like, recency, what have you been doing lately? So yeah, Chandler, I don't know. It's just, he gets privilege, and apparently he's talking like he's just gonna fight Makhachev if he wins. And if that happens, I'm gonna intervene. I'm gonna have to crash out. I keep saying this. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Bo Nickal, or as bedtime has anointed him, Bot Nickal. This fucking NPC of a human with no personality, whose only claim to fame is that he was a good wrestler in high school. Bo Nickal. This dude is jumping on every fucking large stage, big stage, pay-per-view main card that there fucking is. He fought on UFC 285, Jon Jones Vegas fucking card, opens the main card against Jamie Pickett. Fights on the main card opener of UFC 290, International Fight Week, Volkanovski Rodriguez. We had other fights on that card. We had Lawler on the prelim headliner. Why the fuck could Lawler not open up the main card? Sorry, this dude's got a KO Val Woodburn, who's no longer in the promotion. Then, UFC 300, literally the biggest fucking fight card to ever happen in the last 8 years. Apart from, I guess, Khabib Conor main event-wise. But, like, best stacked card all round on best lineup of fights probably ever on a card. I know Lucas was, for some reason, shitting on 300. I cooked him in that debate. If you watched it, you watched it, you know. But yeah, he was whinging about every fight on that card. Gaethje Holloway, bad idea, according to him. Yuri Rakic, bad idea. I remember I brought this up like a week or two after he came back, and people was like, I brought this up after he left, and people was like, don't disrespect Lucas, he left. Well, he's back now, so I'm allowed to fucking say what I want. Lucas knows what I did with doing that debate. Like, he got cooked. But no, I like Lucas. But yeah, 300 was sick, right? And we get Bot Nickal as the fucking main card opener of that card against Cody Bumdidge. When we have so many fights, Yuri Rakic, Aljo Cater, Garbrandt, literally every fight. The only fights that wouldn't be on the main card over that is Marina Rodriguez versus Jessica Andrade. That's probably it. Literally Miller Green, Lopez, Yusuf, even Holly Holm, Kayla Harrison probably makes more sense to open up a main card than Bot Nickal. This dude is crazy privileged, and now he's getting the feature fight spot of 309 because the card's mid. This dude is getting crazy privilege, and he's just fighting cans, and he's fighting once every fucking 8 months. Like, can we get some activity out of this dude? Hello? Like, I thought we were going to get, like, bro, if you're running through people, you have zero excuse to not fight 3 times a year. If you're having tough fights, then twice a year is fine. But, like, if you're smoking guys, it's what Prates is doing. You know, people say I'm glazing, but it's just true. Prates is the GOAT, bro. Like, but he fights four times this year because he's getting KOs. Bo Nickal is not struggling with his opponents. Why is he taking 8 months off? I'm sorry. But yeah, privileged as fuck this dude is. Anyway, he's gonna win this and then fucking get a fight with like Jared Cannonier and probably get KO'd. It wouldn't have. Apparently they. This is such cap, obviously, but apparently they called him when Khamzat pulled out and they offered him to fight Whitaker, but I was just hiking in the mountains picking my berries because I'm such a relatable human. And he couldn't pick up the phone because he had no signal. He expects us to believe that, but like if that actually happened, if they definitely didn't, but if they somehow offered this dude a Whitaker fight, that's nuts. But yeah, this dude's probably gonna fight. He's gonna get the win over Paul Craig. He's probably gonna get like a fucking Jack Hermansson fight. And then he's probably going to randomly get like an Izzy fight or a Whitaker fight. That's how it's going to go. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Next up, we got Conor McGregor. Mate, what the fuck are you talking about? You know yourself, like, I'm not fucking privileged. I worked my fucking ass off in this game. And to be honest with you, fucking, these guys like Telpadio, fucking Osman as well. I fucking boxed the head off him as well, you know. Selfly. I don't. Dana. 60 G's, baby. I'm so autistic. What am I doing? It's like 1 a.m. Conor McGregor. I don't even need to go in all the fucking. You know this dude's privileged. Like, he gets fucking. I swear to God, they got rid of it. Like, the only thing comparable to the UFC literally letting Jones use the old gloves because he can't eye poke as easily is the UFC literally getting rid of USADA so that they could try and get Conor McGregor back in the fucking game earlier. And I know they came out and Hunter Campbell had his little fucking thing of saying like, no, that's absolutely not what happened. They were just being unprofessional and shit. But like, that was for sure part of it. Like, Conor can just get on juice and just do his thing. But like, Mayweather fight, only time Dana White's ever fucking cross promoted. All of the shit. Conor's just been privileged. He has double championship. I know Bedtime had Conor as his number 15 spot on his fucking GOAT list. Dude, like, I'm sorry. It is the most manufactured double championship ever. 0 defenses of either belt. That's not even as bad. Like, you should not be able to get a second fucking title. I don't care how big of a star he was. You shouldn't be able to get a second fucking fight upper weight class if you don't have a defense of the belt and you haven't rematched the long reigning champ. And also, in the meantime, he literally did lose to Diaz. I know Diaz is a solid fighter, but like, yes, and then he beat him by close decision in the rematch. I did think he won that fight, but like, and then he just goes and fights Alvarez. Like, hello? Can we like do some work in your own division? It was very manufactured. Like, yes, it's there. It definitely does have him up there on the GOAT list, but he's not top 15. Manufactured fucking double champ status. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Conor McGregor, you already know the go. He's privileged. Let's move on to another fighter. Next up, Sean O'Malley. No one cares about Schmitty, bro. Shut the fuck up. You guys really? And nobody thought it. Where's Schmitty? No. But O'Malley, this dude's about to get I already know what's going to happen. This dude's about to get a fucking immediate rematch for his title. Maybe they do Merab first, but this dude's about to sit out until fucking, like, July next year and just fight the winner of Merab and Umar without fighting again. In the meantime, most fucking privileged, manufactured fucking way to the top as well. Pedro Munoz, no contest, looked kind of mid in that fight. Kyler Phillips looked better. And then gets to Peter Yan, an arguable robbery. Who cares? I think it's not even that bad of a decision. But then immediately, like, from Pedro Munoz to Peter Yan is nuts. I don't think people fucking gave enough, like, I think we all did, but I don't think in hindsight people realize, like, this dude went from beating Cans, they literally made Julian Paiva ranked so that they could put him into the rankings because Paiva wasn't ranked after he fucking had a majority draw with Kyler Phillips, where he should have lost that fight as well. Paiva, that is. And then he fucking, they rank Paiva somehow just so O'Malley can become a ranked fighter. And then he just randomly jumps to number fucking 11. He fights Munoz. I'm like pretty sure he moved up in the rankings like a spot. Maybe I'm wrong. And then he gets number 3, Peter Yan, who, was coming off 2 losses. Or 1 loss. He was coming off just the Elder loss. So, what the fuck was that? I think I just kind of forget somehow how retarded that fight was. And then it was I also think there's like as much of an argument for 3-0 Jan as there is 2-1 O'Malley. Maybe that's a crazy take, but I think they're very close. Like, second round clear Jan, and the first and third were razor close. I don't think either of the first and third were clear O'Malley. So you can say like, oh yeah, O'Malley could have won 21. Yeah, well, Jan could have also won 30-27. And then he just gets a title shot. Like, very manufactured. And now he's about to get a fucking he's about to get an immediate rematch without having to fight again, despite having one title defense against Chito Vera. And again, privileged ass fucking giving him a rematch so he can avenge his only loss in a fight that is not deserved at all. And there was multiple, Sandhagen and Merab both deserved it more at the time. And even like the winner of fucking Song and Song and Jan at that time would have deserved it more than fucking Chito did. Like, they could have ran off Merab first or Corey first. They could have done Corey Sandhagen in March. This is what should have happened. And yes, I'm salty because Corey, yeah, he would have lost to O'Malley probably, but he didn't need to fight Umar. So what could have happened was we could have got Merab Cejudo in Feb. We could have got O'Malley Corey in March. Corey wins. O'Malley probably wins. We also on that card get Jan Yadong. We then get Figgy doing his thing as well on 300 and then fighting Chito in August. Or we could have had that fight earlier as well if Chito hadn't taken a bunch of damage against O'Malley. And then winner of Merab, if Merab had beat Cejudo, which he did, could have fought the winner of Corey and O'Malley in like August and not or September, I guess, for this fear, whatever. And then we could have got the winner of Jan Yadong fight the winner of thingy, and then we get like, that's what it should have been. And then Umar could have fought like Rob Font or some shit, because that guy did not deserve a fight with Corey Sandhagen. Speak of Umar, fucking little weasel. I hate this guy. No, I don't. He's good, but like privileged, manufactured ass fucking way to the top. This guy has 0 wins. But apart from Sandhagen, 0 top 15 ranked wins. They somehow managed to sneak this dude to number 9 in the rankings without getting a single fucking win over a ranked opponent. This dude managed to go from beating fucking Nate Maness, who's a flyweight and now cut from the fucking sport, not even in the UFC anymore, beat Nate Maness. Who did he beat after that? Was after that the fucking Barcelos win? Good job, you beat fucking 38-year-old Barcelos, Jose Aldo lookalike from Wish. Bum. I'm going off here. And then who'd he fight after Barcelos? Oh, no one wants to accept a fight with this dude. How about you just give him a fucking guy outside the rankings? Hello? You don't need to immediately give him like a top fucking 10 guy. It's like, oh, no top 5 opponent wanted to fight the unranked Umar Nurmagomedov. Oh, no worries. We'll just make him ranked. And then he'll fight Beksat Almakhan making his debut. And yeah, we'll move him up as well. We'll rank him number fucking 9 for that win. And then we can make it seem like it's not a crazy jump up to fight Corey, who's on multiple wins in a row. Plus, Umar pulled out of the first fight. I'm salty because he won in the end, obviously. Like, he did win. And I can't deny that. But, like, the way that he got there, he should not have gotten that fight. So, yeah, that's my Cope Salt rant out the way. But that's the video done, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. A bit of a rant in today's video. I'm recording this at, like, 12:30 a.m., midnight. I got a fucking Year 12 exam tomorrow. Wish me luck. What am I doing with my life? That'll do it, though, guys. Drop some other videos you guys want to see in the comments. And, yeah. 309 this weekend should be good. Hopefully John gets fucking slept. I have a feeling. I'm putting it out in the universe. Stipe around 4 TKO. Goodbye, guys. Peace out.